If you're thinking of signing up for Rocket Money, you need to watch this review first. On the surface, it looks like the ultimate safe app to finally control your finances and save hundreds. But after thoroughly testing it for months, I found features that can completely genuinely transform your money management, and some critical questions about its safety and real results that you absolutely need answers to before you link your bank account. But first, let's get one thing straight. Who is this Rocket Money app actually built for? The truth is, Rocket Money isn't for the advanced investor tracking complex portfolios, so if you're one of those, I don't think this will do it for you. You might need something more. This app is really built for the everyday person who needs clarity and automation more than anything else. Think about the busy parent juggling subscriptions, the young professional who forgets about old free trials that turned into charges, or anyone tired of manually tracking every coffee and grocery run. They've built their entire service around simplifying money management for the average consumer. They provide tools to automatically track spending, organize bills, and hunt down forgotten subscriptions. And most tellingly, they offer a unique bill negotiation service, which is exclusively for the user who wants an app to actively fight to lower their monthly bills, not just to report on them. So this is a very interesting feature that I haven't seen almost anywhere else. But don't just take my word for it, right? When you actually look at the user reviews, the story becomes a bit clearer. So take this one user, for example. He said that he hasn't been using the app for very long, but so far, he's loved it. He called it super helpful for learning to budget and save, and highlighted a key trust factor. He loved that you can choose what you pay for the subscription. He also praised the app's user-friendliness and safety. I also came across this Rocket Money review from a user who said that he started using Rocket Money less than a week ago and already was set to save $52 a month. Great. He said, and I quote, "To find a safe app like this is amazing. I wish I trusted it sooner." Now, when you compare Rocket Money with a competitor like Quick and Simplify or the now gone Mint, the difference in their core approach becomes clear. Apps like Simplify are fantastic for creating these detailed, forward-looking budgets and tracking investments. They're powerful financial dashboards. But Rocket Money's strength is in action and automation. It's built for the person who sees their finance app not just as a tracker, but as an active assistant that negotiates bills and cancels subscriptions for you. Alright, so now that you know who the Rocket Money app is for, let's get into the specific features that make it so useful, and the critical safety questions that you absolutely need the answers to. So, the first thing everyone worries about is security. When you link your bank, is Rocket Money secure? This is the biggest hurdle for most people, and rightfully so. According to their help documents, your financial security is their top priority. They make a crucial point: they never store your bank login information. Instead, that sensitive information is sent directly to their account connection provider, a company called Plaid. You might have known them. You can look up Plaid's security practices yourself. They are one of the major trusted players used by thousands of apps. Also, any communication between your phone and their servers is also encrypted with top-level TLS protocols. In my experience, this setup is like standard for reputable fintech apps, and it's a strong point in their favor. But you know what? Security is not just about the tech specs, it's about real-world use. So a feature that shows this is their Safe to Spend widget. So this widget lives on your phone's home screen and gives you a real-time number of how much you can safely spend without overdrafting. For this to work, the app needs constant, secure access to your checking account balance. The fact that they offer this widget confidently means that their connection is or needs to be reliable and secure, and I trust Plaid because multiple other apps I use already use Plaid. So I found this widget really handy for just quick glances, and it functioned without a hitch, which indirectly boosted my confidence in their system stability. Now, the headline feature for many is the bill negotiation service, right? How does this actually work, and is it safe to hand over your bill details, and will it save you money? So this process is done in real time over the phone by their team, real people. They call them and they negotiate your bills. They use your account information to authenticate with your provider, like your cable or your internet company, and then they get to work to get your discounts or credits available. So the actual payoff with this can be huge, especially if you have a lot of subscriptions or a lot of bills coming in, and these subscriptions are possible to be lowered, but you just don't have the time. So the payoff can really, really be worth it, as one Reddit user I saw confirmed. He said he's used Rocket Money for a few months, and the bill negotiation feature works, but not every time. He further highlighted that it's not perfect, but it does what it says for the most part. So, like, it works, but it's not a magic wand. So this leads us, I think, perfectly to the connecting bank accounts and credit cards. This is the foundation of the app, right? So without this, nothing else works. The process is pretty simple through Plaid's interface, and in my testing, it connected to all major banks without any kind of issue. And once connected, the magic with the magic wand, it all happens with the automation, right? So that's one of the other big major parts of Rocket Money. Creating a budget in Rocket Money, very intuitive. So unlike some competitors that make you set these complex categories up front, Rocket Money learns your spending and suggests budgets for you. You can adjust them easily if you want on your phone and your desktop. But this is really where the app shines for the target user. It removes the manual headache, it suggests things, it offers tools, it offers automation. As much as it can do, it'll do for you. A fantastic premium feature is account sharing. So if you're managing finances with a partner, you can actually share one premium account. This streamlines everything like budgets, accounts, transactions into a single shared view, and it's a feature that apps like Simplify also do offer, but I think Rocket Money implements it more cleanly, focusing on the shared oversight of cash flow and subscriptions rather than the more complex net worth tracking. Okay, now let's talk about credit scores with this finance powerhouse. Rocket Money provides a FICO score. But why is my Rocket Money FICO credit score different from any other app? So this is a common point of confusion here. It's a bit difficult to understand, but as their help guide explains, there are many different scoring models. The score you see on a credit card app might be like a Vantage score or a specific FICO version for bank cards like Experian or another one. So Rocket Money shows you a useful FICO score, but it's important to know that it's not going to be the exact score that a mortgage lender pulls. It's just as close as they can get. It's the understanding that they have of your credit score based on their own calculations. It's not like the fault of the app. They can't actually use Experian or Credit Karma or whatever to pull your data and do the correct calculations using their info. But that's just the reality of credit scoring. Like each company has a different calculation, a different equation to discover your score, which I mean is pretty weird, but that's just how it is. The tool is still a valuable free tool for tracking your general credit health. And whether the number is off by 10 or 15, like not too huge of a deal. And during my deep dive, I came across this user review that really ties these features together. The user said that he just got the app and it already just canceled a subscription that he completely forgot he had. He also made it clear that the app is safe and easy to use, adding that it's very trustworthy and affordable. This echoes the core promise of the platform: automation that finds your hidden costs paired with the feeling of security and safety. And again, on Reddit, I found more threads and more comments. There was this revealing thread where someone was in a tough spot after a job loss and asked, is Rocket Money actually safe to use? He was hesitant to link his accounts. The community response was generally positive, and notably, a Rocket Money team member also responded directly, which shows that they're active on these Reddits. She reinforced their security, mentioning how they had this bank-level security with 256-bit encryption and read-only connections through trusted partners like Plaid. So seeing a company actively address safety concerns in public forums is a big credibility marker for me. It shows that they stand behind their security claims. But of course, no platform is perfect, right? There are a few things that you have to be aware of that relate directly to our main question: is Rocket Money safe to use? In my deep dive, I did come across a user complaint that gets to the heart of a practical limitation here. The user said, the catch is Rocket Money is supposed to get rid of all of these recurring bills that you didn't know you had, but Rocket Money won't close or stop these recurring bills unless you provide logins, usernames, and passwords to, the accounts that you didn't know you had. So you can't actually do that. So that can be a real hiccup. But then the company actually replied to this, explaining that while they cancel many subscriptions, some companies simply don't allow third-party cancellations, or they may require additional info that only the account holder has. That's just how the internet and the world works. So in those cases, Rocket Money gives you the instructions to cancel it yourself, but it just notifies you of it, and then you can do it yourself, right? So is this a deal breaker on safety? For me, no. I think it's actually a security positive. They automate what they can really securely, and then if they can't do outside of that, they'll guide you on the rest. So if you choose, you don't even have to give them any of your passwords or your account info. They'll just tell you to do it yourself. So it will just guide you on the rest of it, and I think that's more of a minor hassle, not really a flaw in my opinion. But I did think I should bring it up just in case. I think the platform's value in finding the subscriptions in the first place is really where most of the benefit is, and canceling it saves you some time, but if you don't feel safe that way, you can opt not to. I think this is just really where Rocket Money consistently gets high marks from users, especially from the reviews that I've seen. When it comes to cost and price, Rocket Money's pricing is pretty flexible. They do have a really nice free version that gives you, the basic expense tracking and subscription identification and, a couple other tools, which is great for getting a feel for the app and starting to answer for yourself, will Rocket Money be safe and will it save you money? So, for the most current Rocket Money pricing or any active promotion, and maybe to see how their pay what you want system works, make sure to check that link in the description of this video. We do try to keep it updated so that you can get the best possible deal. So, what's my verdict? Is it safe? Is it profitable to use Rocket Money? Well, if you're, an everyday person wanting a simple, proactive app to automate your finances, find hidden subscriptions, and potentially lower bills, then yeah, Rocket Money is legitimate and safe to use for that purpose. It's free and you can pay what you want, so there's nothing stopping you. If you're ready to test its features for yourself, check that link in the description of this video to get started.